Hey, good afternoon, Walleye Wisdom watchers. This is Gary reporting from Everett's Resort up on Pool 4 of the mighty Mississippi. And boy, did we luck out today. Not only did we get Hutch, but we got Tanner. Hutch, what the heck are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be in Prairie du Chien?
Well, I should be, boss, but right now there's so much grass in the water down there that you can literally walk across the water. You don't need a boat, Gary.
Oh.
It's that ugly, so I come up here where the water's clean.
Ah, well, what you been doing? You've been here all week, I hear.
I've been here since Sunday, and I spent a couple days fishing for crappies, and we did real poor. The water's dropping. You know, the water's been so high this fall. The water's been dropping about a half a foot a day, Gary, and it's made the crappie fishing really tough.
Well, what do you do when the crappie fishing's tough, Hutch?
You go walleye fishing, Gary. That's what you do.
Okay, well,
Yes.
you got a grin, and Tanner's grinning. You better tell me what's going on here, Tanner. What happened?
Well, today we caught a bunch of smallmouth bass in 10 foot of water with some small crappie jigs, and we caught a nice 13-inch perch.
Wow. Is that the most smallmouth bass you've ever caught?
Yep.
Oh my goodness! So it was a great day on the water with Hutch. Who else was fishing with you?
Marty Hahn and his son
Hahn.
Bridger.
Oh, very good. And you want to talk a little bit, Hutch, about how you've been catching some of these fish up here?
I tell you, Gary, you know, there's guys up here right now that are jigging the traditional jigging minnow or jigging plastic, and they're getting some fish. For me, what I've done is I've gone to using an unconventional three-way. Most guys say three-way and they think, oh, big sinker and a Rapala.
Right.
Well, we've tweaked it a little bit, and this has been working very good. There's been, in the last 48 hours, there's been fish up to 9 pounds caught on it. I had 3 days where I had 3 trips in a row, and in 2 hours and 50 minutes, we're done each day.
My goodness.
Running this rig here.
Okay,
now,
let me step back.
I got one for you, and basically what I've got, Gary, is up here, I've got a three-way. Plain old, simple three-way.
Right.
Now what we do, Gary, is we go back on what you would call your dropper line with the weight, but instead of doing the big heavy weight or a big heavy jig, we're running a 1/4 to a 5/16 ounce jig. That's it. I'll say it again. A 1/4 to a 5/16 ounce jig. That's all we do. Now this little tail here is a new one that Dean just started handling. It's a shad body and a twister tail all in one. Sweet little tail. Done a lot of damage on this tail this week, and that's no bull. Honest engine there. Now what we've got on the other end of this three-way is, and now in case I didn't tell you, on the jig we're running about 16 to 18 inches.
Okay.
Now on the other line, going back off the three-way, we're running about 3 feet. And all I'm doing is I'm running a jointed number 5 shad wrap. Now that's kind of a different color than you'd see in a shop, but we caught them on standard colors, blue and white, fire tiger, perch, so it's not necessarily this color. But what we do is we just drop this down like you do a normal three-way, only you got to go a lot farther back because you don't have a heavy weight.
Right.
We're running probably 90 to 110 feet back, and we're fishing about 7 to 11 feet of water.
Okay.
And you just pull it down there and we'll just drag it, and about every 30 to 45 seconds we'll drop it back and give it a little pull forward for 2 reasons. One, if there's a walleye chasing it, it will quite often get that instinct going for him to kill it, whether he's hungry or not. And 2, there's not much up here for leaves, but there are a considerable amount of leaves.
Okay.
And if you got a leaf, you'll pull it off.
Okay, okay. Now you mentioned to me that you're going to have another guide day tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And then you're going to be gone, and then you'll be back up here in a week or so?
I'll be back up here the end of the first week of November for a couple weeks.
Now, do you have all your guide trips full, Hutch?
No, they're not all full. There's still a few open here and there. And then I'll be up in December for basically the whole month.
Okay, now if people want to get a hold of you for a guide trip, what's the best way to reach you?
The best way to reach me is just get on the computer, because this is where you got to be now to see this, is just go to www.riverwalleyes, that's one word, .com.
www.riverwalleyes.com.
Correct. You can go there and you can look and see all the stuff that we make and sell, and you can contact me that way, and we'll get you up here in the creek and go play.
Hey, Hutch, thanks for taking the time to visit. Really enjoyed it. And Tanner, you got a special day with this guy. You caught some fish. Thanks for being part of the Walleye Wisdom coverage today. Thank you.
You're welcome.